intro video.
Yeah, we should. Right, I think that's good.
Okay, guys, welcome to the live. Sam and I are just making sure we're up on every platform, so just give us a moment. Can you hear my fan in the mic?
No, mate.
Perfect. And don't forget to hit go live on Instagram.
So many things, mate. I feel like a little. Where's Insta?
That was a hell of a sentence to loop on. Yeah, so on your phone, you should see you on one side, me on the other. You just need to use it on your face, and I use mine on mine.
Random account.
Yes, I've got an account that I access the Seller Smart Live with. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. I forgot.
So I've got one.
Guys, welcome to the live. Sam and I thought we'd jump on today on a late one and have a catch up with everyone, see how you're getting on. We're just getting set up, so bear with. You guys all having a good day today? Sam, you had a good day today?
Yeah, it's been all right, mate. It's been good to her. Haven't really done loads. Working. Went to the beach briefly, so that was nice.
Very cool.
One.
I was watching a bunch of videos yesterday and today on living and moving to Dubai.
You reckon you'll do it?
I don't know. Like, I'm really bored of. I've been living in Bristol for a long time, and I'm really bored of it. And I don't really want to live in London. London's not my thing. So we were debating Portugal. We love the idea of Singapore, but it's really far away. And I was talking to Mogul a couple of days ago, and he was just raving about how good Dubai is. So I was like, all right, well, we'll go check it out for a few months, see what it's like. We might try Portugal. Who knows?
Yeah, so I'm still trying to sort my stuff out. I got it working anyway. It's now pinging away. But mate, I would love to buy. But if it wasn't for obviously when we were there and all the missiles and everything happening and scaring my missus off, then I would. Yeah, I'd be pretty keen for it. But unfortunately, she's not playing the game. I think Portugal would be nice though.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if we're debating between Portugal and Dubai, we could actually do both. You know, we could do Dubai for part of the year and then Portugal for part of the year because Rose is half Portuguese. So that's one thing we were debating. But I've not actually said hello to anyone yet. So Craig, welcome to the live. Loon and Canvas, welcome to the live. Hope you guys are doing well.
Zombies on there. How you doing, Zombie, mate? Good to see you. I haven't spoken to you for a while.
LTH, welcome to the live. I just saw you join as well.
Aaron,
Canvas Color says, hey, any tips on being listed against an experienced seller that has better price in stock? Yeah, you want to analyze the listing before you jump on those because sometimes it's just not worth it. The seller's going to dominate. But honestly, you just got to match buy box price and be patient. If weeks go by and nothing happens, then maybe undercut. But if you undercut, they're just going to follow you down. So you just have to match buy box and be patient.
Yeah, for sure. Zombie, yeah, been a minute. How's it going? Yeah, good, mate. All good. How's things with you, mate? Sales kicking in nicely. How's your spend? How's your spend going at the minute?
Aaron Ford on YouTube, welcome to the live, and Natalie Buybox, evening to you as well. How are you, Natalie? Nice to properly meet you. I haven't actually met you properly. LTH said, hi, lads. LTH just received an authenticity complaint for something I have a genuine invoice for. They denied me. Can I keep fighting it? Yes, mate. Authenticity complaints, unfortunately, have become a lot like ungating, where you just have to keep reapplying. It's ridiculous, but it's just part of the process now. Lots of new sellers have been getting authenticity complaints really early, so I think it's just becoming part of Amazon's process. Either that or a lot of people in our community just get unlucky. But yeah, if you have a genuine invoice, especially from a major retailer, you'll be fine. Just keep reapplying and have a chat with us. If you really struggle, we can help you more hands-on if you need it.
Yeah, there's quite a few people in the main Discord group who mentioned they've been getting IP complaints for authenticity over the last few days. So they must be doing the rounds by the sounds of it.
For sure. Natalie, we should jump on a call at some point. If you're up for that, let me know. No pressure, of course. LTH, does it have an effect if it stays on your account? Yes, it will. So there's three ways you could look at this, right? You can keep reapplying to get it appealed. Eventually, it will get approved. You can keep it on your account for 6 months because you should never accept an authenticity complaint, especially because you've bought a genuine product. You should never accept it. So you could just keep it on your account for 6 months and then it will disappear. But for you as a new seller, I don't think that's the best option. And then the third option is you chat to our account recovery expert and we help you get it removed. That is a paid service. And because you're brand new, I would prefer to try and help you as much as I can for free. That guy, our account recovery expert in our team, is really good. He has 100% success rate. And I actually have really good news for this live call tonight. But as I say, it's a paid service. So for you who's just got started, we want to help you because you join a lot of the lives. So I'll try and help as much as I can, but just keep reapplying.
Yeah, Zombies just said he's got an authenticity claim too. I feel like with beauty products, they're rife. Every time I sell a beauty product, I always get an authenticity claim, and it's a pain to sort out. But yeah, I swear beauty products more so. I feel like there's a lot more authenticity complaints recently, and I have a feeling it's down to not customers actually thinking it's fake or inauthentic, but doing it purely to get refunded and not have to actually buy the product. Because there's so much like return fraud and all of that going on, and I feel like there's like loads of like Reddit forums and all sorts like Facebook groups on how to get, I don't know, the best out of Amazon and get refunds and everything. And I feel like that is just a method people use, and it's just really frustrating because it just shoots the sellers in the foot massively.
For sure. Natalie said, I'm off with the kids this week, but drop me a message and we'll sort. Yeah, absolutely. Use seller challenge, guys, if not working every time at the moment, but only if you have account health assurance. LTH is a new seller, so he won't have account health assurance yet, unfortunately. I've not used seller challenge before. What's that? Is that a third-party service or is that an Amazon service?
Seller challenge?
Yeah.
This is what popped up for me the other day, I think. Again, I've not used it. It's very rare I get IPs and have to really challenge much, to be honest. Let me have a look and see if it's still there. Zombie saying, I got products brand direct and still authenticity claimed. Yeah, it's frustrating, mate. At least if you bought it brand direct, you've got a decent invoice, so you can submit it and hopefully get that cleared pretty quickly. You've also said your sales been crazy past 2 weeks, about £500 profit this week, and a little over £800 invested. Congrats, mate. Well done. That's massive. I remember speaking to you. Feels like a while ago now, maybe a good like 3-4 months ago, maybe when you first got started. So, mate, really good to hear that. It's really good.
Is that Zombie getting those results?
Yeah, mate.
Mate, good effort. I'm so excited to see what you do in this. You're going to do so well in Amazon. I'm really happy for you, mate. That's a really good ROI. £800 invested, 500 profit.
Yeah, very good. Very, very good.
LTH said, appreciate it, guys. Hopefully after a few tries, it will be accepted. Yeah, just keep trying, mate. It's the same invoice I used to get ungated in the brand. Yeah, that's Amazon for you, isn't it? Ryan Stokes says, fellas, welcome, Ryan. Thank you for joining. Natalie says, new beta program for challenging account health decisions. You get 3 challenges every 6 months. Okay, that's really cool. I've not actually heard of that. Thank you, Natalie.
Yeah, that was what I saw the other day. And I hadn't had a chance to actually fully look into it.
Yeah, obviously. So, guys, to anyone who noticed Natalie's comment, you need account health assurance for that. So, for you new sellers out there, you're not going to have that yet. But as I say, we can help you. We'll get it removed. We've got some very saucy comments over here on YouTube saying, "Hi, Daddy." I'm assuming they're talking to you, Sam. Miller, how are you today? I'm really good, mate. How are you? In fact, I'm not just good. I'm really good. everyone who's been watching our lives for a long time, I've been saying that I've had a Section 3 for months. There was a weird bug on the system where my ASIN wasn't matching the brand that Amazon gave me a Section 3 on. And we finally got it removed today. Hallelujah. So I'm going to do some social media short form videos and long form videos on that. I'll do a long form YouTube video on what you can do to protect your account and what you should be careful of. But I was telling you this, I was telling you guys this months ago, as long as you follow the rules, you will be okay. So as soon as I got a Section 3, I've not stressed about it once, like not even for a second, because I knew it was just a matter of time. You just have to keep going and keep reapplying. But yeah, really good news today. So I was very happy to get that back. Now it means I can get back into selling and start selling some of these juicy wholesale leads that we've been getting.
Yeah, they've been pretty good. I'm almost sold out of mine. I was just having a look to see how many I've got left. I've got 122 left out of 500, and they should be gone in the next within the next week.
Very cool.
That's done well.
Natalie said, anyone can request a manual review. Just ring up account health and say it keeps getting rejected. Very good advice. Thank you. Rejected and can have a manual check. Decision takes 10 to 14 days. High chance of success. That's the trick with Amazon, isn't it? You really need a human to look at it and hope that whatever notes they take gets actually passed down the chain or in their system. I think I keep saying maybe their AI systems are getting better. Maybe with ungating for the arbitrage sellers out here, it's getting a little bit better. But I have no idea how Amazon spends this much money on AI and it's this bad. You just need a human to look at it and a human to actually look at it, not just get an application and then reject it, which is what happens a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's as soon as a human intervenes, then it's generally okay. But yeah, it's frustrating. It makes it hard work, doesn't it?
Ryan said, how common is it in wholesale for a bigger seller to come on the listing and tank the price? Sam will give you a nice little story about his trip to America with wholesale and how that went.
Yeah, that seemed to happen every single time I bought something wholesale in America. And I would have obviously got super unlucky. So I set up a US store like 3 years ago. I'm no longer still in there just because I was just spreading myself too thin, really. And I thought there's so much more I can do in the UK. There's just no point. But yeah, so I went over there with a plan to do wholesale. I used to test buy a few of the products just to make sure the brands were okay and I wasn't getting kicked off or anything like that. So I'd buy, I don't know, like 10, 20 units, get them sold. They sell really, really well. And then once they get sold, I then buy a few pallets worth, like hundreds units. And then as soon as I get them sent in, a massive wholesaler, and like in America, some of these big wholesalers, they're huge, like compared to some of the UK ones. Like they've got thousands and thousands and thousands, like hundreds of thousands of feedback and reviews. And one of them every single time came on the listing, dropped the price by like half, and then just decimated the listing. And I just did not have a leg to stand on. And it happened like 4 times. And I think I just got super unlucky. It's definitely not the norm. Yeah, it definitely doesn't happen all the time. I just got super unlucky with that. But it's the risk with anything, right? With almost any listing, you're going to have that risk where a big wholesaler can come on and you don't really know what price they get in it for, and they could start dropping the price and price you out of it. But it's the risk with anything you do, really.
Yeah, Ryan, I was going to say exactly the same thing. It's not going to happen every time, but there's a reason why we tell people you should start wholesale with 10 to 20K, because even if you find leads, someone with a bigger budget is just going to be buying more than you and they can undercut you and not crash the listing. They can just sell it cheaper than you. So wholesale is amazing, but you definitely should have capital to do it. Even the wholesale leads in our mentorship, most of the time you need at least 5 to 7 grand to invest into them. And we actually tell people you don't want to invest more than 5 to 10% of your capital on one brand because of the risk. You want to spread your risk. So the more money you have, the better. But as long as you're working with authorized suppliers, you're working with people who prove supply chain, prices do tend to recover, especially if they sell quickly. It sounds like you got unlucky though, mate. Sorry to hear that. Natalie said the bots always say no. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Zombie saying, do you use credit to scale? So I did, like when I first started, this is very different though when I first started, because I started sort of the end of COVID. But I had about £1,000 cash and I had £4,000 on a credit card, which I used, which is not something I'd advise now, like no chance. But that's how it started. But back then it was very different. I was doing mostly RA. It was a lot of chimneys, patio heaters, pool, swimming pool heaters, stuff like that. And as soon as I bought them from Homebase and B&Q and so on, they were selling like almost immediately. I'd pack up my car, drive home, and they were selling so quickly. So the cash flow cycles are so much quicker because it was all FBM. Things were selling same day. So the risk on the using credit was a lot less than compared to now. Whereas if you're doing FBA, it's massively different, right? Because you got to buy the products from, if you're doing, let's say, RA or online arbitrage, you got to buy it, you got to get it sent, wait for the product to get sent to you, then you got to prep it, send it into Amazon, and then you got to wait for it to become available, and then you got to wait to sell it. That process is so much longer than what it was when I first started. So it's definitely not something I'd advise using credit to scale. I think using credit cards early on is good, but only to make use of the points and the cashback and the benefits you get from it. But I would never spend more on a credit card than what you've got in your bank, just so you can always clear that off whenever you need to. You don't want to be using credit too early and getting yourself in a sticky situation because it can spiral very quickly. But I think when using credit, I think we had a call on this in the mentorship this week, actually, because the guys wanted to know when was the best time to use credit and loans in the business. For me, you want to see a bit of consistency in your business for a good sort of 3 to 6 months. You want to be making consistent profit, consistent sales and spend and everything like that. So that's super important. And the reason that's important is because you can then judge and plan how much disbursement you're going to get from Amazon in a certain week or month or 2 weeks. So right, every week I'm getting £1,000 disbursement from Amazon, and based on that you can then calculate your risk and how much you can afford to use on a credit card, because okay, well I can spend £1,000 on this credit card and I know I'm going to get £1,000 disbursement within the next week because that's how it's been for the last few months. So I can quite comfortably pay the card off and work it out like that, and then you'll soon sort of grow and scale it a bit more to become more manageable, and then you'll be a bit more confident taking more and more money out. But it's something you want to manage massively because it can very easily spiral out of control, and you don't really want to spend more than you can afford because unless you're not managing the risk, because it can be dangerous.
Yeah, there is a good argument that in a business you should be spending all of your money on a credit card eventually. Not financial advice. We're not financial advisors, just for education purposes. But in a business, you want to collect those points and those cashbacks because it equals a lot of money. Natalie's actually got a really good video on cashback and reward system on TikTok, I think it was, and it's something really heavily that we push. We teach in our mentorship. But again, I completely agree with Sam. You shouldn't be over leveraging and spending money you don't have. There is an argument that Zombie, I know you're a young guy. When you're young, you can take more risk because you have more time to fix a problem if they happen. But you don't need to, mate. You're just scale slowly, keep learning, follow our advice, and you'll do really well. You don't need to go overboard with that. You have all the time in the world, even though you probably feel like you've got a lot of urgency all the time. If you're anything like me at 18, even now, I want things now, but you really can take your time, and it is a lot safer to do that. Gather Glow said, I have a section 3 on my account and I've been, the chat moved. Sorry, one sec. Where did it go? I have a section 3 on my account and been deactivated since October 2024. My invoice is legit. Gather Glow, I don't even know if we were operational then. Seller Smart's been over 2 years, so yeah, we must have been. I really wish you'd have chatted with us. There is always something you can do to recover your account. There's lots of There's lots of processes in the background you can follow. There's email addresses you can contact. There's the managing director. And our account recovery expert has 100% success rate since we started working with him. So I don't know if it's going to be possible to recover account from 2024. I can talk to him. If you give us a follow and drop us a message, I can find out from our account recovery guy if he can do anything. It's very unlikely because of the timescale that has been left, but we can try. You never know. If your invoice is legitimate, then maybe, but I can't promise anything.
So Zombie was just commenting off the back of the previous conversation, saying you're spending 100K a month of your own profit. Is that not high risk? I guess you need to. It's the same as any business, right? You need to take risks in business to get to places. Like you're not. How else are you going to scale and grow the business if you're not investing the money into it? Like every business is going to have its own risk. So as long as you just work within your comfort zone of that risk, to be honest with you. And for me, it's there's always a risk. Like it's been fine. I'm comfortable with it, but you want to be careful though. Like you say, of my own money, is that not high risk? It kind of is, but like even like say like an Amex card, for example. Even if I had loads of debt on an Amex card and I don't know, Amazon gave me section 3, shut my account, and I couldn't sell anymore. Like that's still super risky, just because it's not my money, it's Amex's money. Like the Amex card is linked personally to you, even as a business card. So I'm still liable for that money, even though it's on the Amex card. They're still going to come after me. So it doesn't make too much of a difference in terms of if you got other loans and other credit which is tied to the business. Like there's still a risk. So I think either way there's a risk. You just need to work in ways you feel comfortable. If you feel like having 100K in the business is too risky, then just scale it up to a level you're comfortable with. Like for me, I guess when I first started, I probably thought 100K was absolutely crazy. Like to be honest, when I first started, I never thought it would grow to what it has. I never imagined I'd be spending 100K a month on stock. Like I just didn't see that happening at all. So the more and more you do, and as the years go by and the business grows, it kind of ends up being sort of numbers on a screen in a way, and you kind of get a bit desensitized by it all, and you don't really see it in that kind of way.
The hedonic treadmill, isn't it? You don't get the same highs from the good times, but you feel the stress of the lows.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly it. 100%. And he's saying, yeah, I get you. I mean, for you, it's definitely a manageable risk. For me at the moment, it sounds crazy. Yeah, like 100%. Like it would have sounded absolutely insane to me like 4 years ago. As I said, I never would have thought I'd have that. If someone told me that, I would have thought they're actually mental. So yeah, things grow, things change, and I'm sure it will for you as well.
Elliot, I got rejected for Amazon on my first try. Hopefully I get accepted on the second try. If you get accepted on your first try, you deserve a prize because you are a lucky person. Ryan said, when that does happen, is all you can do wait for the bigger seller to sell out? Ryan, unfortunately, it's a bit of a strategy that large wholesalers have where they'll buy a huge amount of volume of stock to get the prices really low, and they'll deliberately crash the price to screw over the other sellers on the listing so that when you guys sell out, you don't come back onto it. So the bigger seller might raise their price over time, or they might not. It's impossible to know without seeing the listing and without seeing what happens. I would say hold fire at the price that you wanted to sell at, or around, if you're at buy box price and you're profitable, just do that. Hold fire and see what happens. And if nothing happens, try and look into other platforms that you can sell on. You could look into eBay, Vinted. I would say TikTok Shop, but I have no experience in that. That's definitely Natalie's domain. But yeah, it might just be that you have to hold for a while. It might be that you have to sell at a loss. I don't know how much you've invested, so obviously I don't want to give you bad advice. Natalie, we just got offered a 360k loan, highest one we've ever had. Tempted to do a runner. And great advice, guys. Thank you. That's 360k loan. That's really good going. Congrats, if you take it.
Yeah, that's big. I think Amazon. Amazon on the central homepage, you got like all the tiles. I think at the minute mine was saying 260.
That's ULend, right?
Yeah, so that'd be a ULend one or the other one. Oh no, 264 currently, which is quite good. But yeah, it does. And now it's got a load of Urdu. Is that Urdu or some sort of? I don't know why that language is there. But yeah, 264, pretty big. And yeah, I could very easily, quite happily do a runner with that. Trade Bridge is the other one. You got Trade Bridge and ULend. I've not used either of them though.
Gather Glow, you said thank you very much, appreciated. No problem at all. I don't think you're following us yet. Can you give us a follow so that we can follow you back? Because otherwise we can't message you on TikTok.
Zombie said, "What would you rather go? What would you rather go for? Many listings or fewer, but go deeper if stable and scalable?" Good question. Very good question. And I guess it depends. It depends really on your sort of risk appetite. Like when you're first starting, I wouldn't recommend going fewer listings and deeper. I think, and even up till you get to like a decent level, you want to, in my opinion, you want to go wide and not deep. So you want to go for lots of listings and fewer stock across them because you want to spread your risk as much as possible. If you go for fewer listings, like, I don't know, let's say 10 listings and you're buying, I don't know, 50 to 100 units on each listing. Like if something happened to one of those listings or even a couple of those listings, then it's going to tie up quite a lot of your capital. Whereas if you compare that to you're on like 50 different listings, if something happens to a couple of those listings, it's not going to have a massive impact because you've still got another 40 odd, which are going to be good. So I would always say go wide and not deep. I think if you're going down the wholesale route, then you're going to be doing the complete opposite, or even like brand direct. Then, yeah, you're going to be going very shallow and very deep. So it depends what business model. I think to manage risk, especially someone at your stage, I would go as wide as possible and not go crazy deep. And then the more comfortable you get, the more deep you can go on stock. But I think, yeah, to start with, wide not deep is definitely the best strategy to manage the risk.
Yeah, wide not deep is one of the reasons we tell people who are just getting started with lower capital that high ticket is a bit risky. High ticket can be really good, but it also has returns. So if you're over investing all of your capital and you don't have a lot of space, then they can cause problems. So buying lots of different brands is safer for most new beginners.
Yeah, for sure.
Reese boy, I've seen you in here. Leave us a comment, mate. How are you? Fola's Empire, I can see you in here. Thank you for joining. Loon and Craig, welcome. Glenn Lacey, thank you for joining. Let us know in the comments how you guys are doing or if you have any questions. How are you getting on with Amazon?
Yeah, Zombie saying, all right, thanks. Currently just doing OA and A2A. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, wide, mate. I think wide would definitely be best for you. You want to, yeah, as I say, manage that risk as much as possible. So I think that's definitely the best strategy.
LMHWUHHC said, hey, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Miller Does Things said, if you see this, do a big smile. Probably a bit late on that comment. I think they probably dropped off, but it's all good. I've not got any questions my side.
No, it's quiet. I've not got anything much. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions Amazon related, please drop us a note. We're here to answer any questions. But if you bear with me 2 secs, I need to go grab something. 2 minutes.
Yeah. So in the last week, so if you guys heard me say, I finally got the Section 3 removed, which is very exciting. Really looking forward to getting back into selling. The missus and I have been looking into living outside of the UK. I'm a Brit, true to my heart. I love the UK, but I want to explore a bit. I want to see what else is out there. Not guaranteeing to move. I think we were even considering living in Essex for a bit, but we just want to see how things go. She's got family in Portugal. Dubai looks really good for entrepreneurs and business. I might give that a try. The prep center, we do have an update. Hopefully, we will be expanding to the bigger warehouse sometime early next month. Maybe Reese, if he's on here, no, he's dropped off. Yeah, hopefully we should be expanding to the bigger warehouse soon. The only thing that's been causing delays is the bloody solicitors taking ages, like they always do. And when that's done and dusted, the software is going to be pushed really heavily. We're very excited to get the software out to people. We are having a chat with another Amazon creator in the space who also has a software. So I'm going to have a chat with him about a potential collab down the line. I think that could be quite interesting. And yeah, it's looking really, really interesting. We've had really good results with people in the mentorship recently. We've been spammed by a lot of the, not spammed, but a lot of the people in our mentorship have been saying they're really starting to notice the compound effect kick in now. So most people who do Amazon FBA will realize, hopefully, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's a lot of upfront work, but then when it starts to work, it starts to snowball and do really well. So the people who've been working with us in the mentorship for a few months now, the results have started to compound and they're starting to see growth and they're starting to get quite excited by it. So that's really, really encouraging for us. Just earlier today, Martin in our mentorship was saying he was really losing faith in Amazon. He was doing it for 2 years. He was losing faith before working with us. Now he really enjoys it. I can screenshot a comment from him. Actually, he gave permission. He's really enjoying it. He's getting a much bigger margin. He's making much bigger money, and he's in a position where his job is a little bit at risk. So now he's thinking, hey, what can I do to make Amazon my full-time income? So that's one of the things that you can do. I'm seeing all over the news lately, and I'm seeing it, you know, my partner's little sister, she's been applying for jobs that she can't get. Loads of people are getting made redundant. It is genuinely the best time more than ever to learn how to make money yourself. And we like to sell online. We like to do e-commerce. It doesn't have to be that for you, but it works really well for us. So if you think Amazon FBA is for you, let us know, join the free Discord community and ask any questions.
Going back to what you said, I was listening to what you were saying about the guy in the mentorship. He's smashing it. Like, he was so close to giving up. He'd been doing it for like 3 years, I think, maybe like 4 years actually. We started at a very similar time, and he had a VA who just wasn't performing very well. He got very complacent, just wasn't managing her at all. She was doing the bare minimal. He was just buying the leads just for the sake of buying them. They weren't very good. So he joined the mentorship. We had a couple of calls. We sort of reviewed his VA's deals. I said, look, mate, they're just no good. Like, they're not providing enough leads, and the leads you're getting just are no good. So I think I said, look, we need to have a think about this. You need to decide what you're going to do. If it was me, I'd be letting her go and I'd be trying to find a different one. And literally, as we had that conversation that night, she messaged him, said she was going to quit anyway because she had another job. And then he ended up getting another VA. And he was doing like 15% ROI or something like that, running like super low. He was making, I can't remember how much he was making, like a couple of grand profit a month. And now he's doing like 40, I think his last month was like 44% ROI. And he's doing so much less rev, and his profit is so much more than it was beforehand. And it's made a huge difference. Like, he's proper turned it around. He's really buzzing about it because it's just given him, like, joining the mentorship, just giving him another
new lease of life, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's buzzing and he knows he can sort of scale it further, and it's just helped him. And I think it's just changed his mindset a little bit as well, just to know what he could achieve. And I think if he didn't join, I think he definitely would have quit. So it's good to see he's doing really, really well, and it's been making a big difference for him.
It's important to mention as well that the new VA he got through us, he hired a VA through Recruit Smart, and they were a smash hit from the get-go. So we have a really strict process with the VAs that we hire and train and recruit and upskill. And we actually don't pass most of them. The majority of them don't pass our criteria. We keep working with them and developing them. But yeah, Martin went from the bad situation with his original VA to an amazing one. And now, since working with us, has been doing incredibly well. And he's one of many stories of people we work with. We're very, very passionate about helping people. We're very passionate about people who put their faith in us. We hear a lot of horror stories of Amazon creators who charge a lot of money for mentorships and then put no effort into them. And, the feedback we get all the time is people wish they found us first, because they end up coming to work with us anyway and getting results faster. So if you guys are thinking about working with us one-to-one, we have a really strong guarantee. We work with you as a team for 6 months. And at the end of the 6 months, if you haven't hit 50K or double your revenue as an existing seller, then we will keep working with you. We only have 5-star reviews from all of our services. So definitely give it a check. Kemip said, amazing, congrats. Thank you, mate. Can't wait to get my section 3 removed. Been trying since Feb now, so hopefully fingers crossed. Your recovery guy has really tried, so fingers crossed. Mate, he'll get it. I'm not going to guarantee it because that's a bad thing for me to say, but he is really good. So keep the faith. Keep us updated as well. I'm really rooting for you, mate. I'm really excited for it to come back. And yeah, thank you for joining the live as well. Appreciate the comments.
Ethan's gone. Hi Sam. Hi Sean. How you doing, mate? Good to see you on here.
Welcome to the live, mate. Thank you for joining. That is Ethan's a mentee alumni, if you want to call it that. Zombie. Hi Sean. I was just in Sam's live. How you doing, Zombie? Welcome.
Oh, mate, Laura, what's going on?
Laura, hey, hope you're both well. As we do you, Laura, hope you're doing well. With OA, would you say the best way sourcing products is through Keeper? No, I don't think Keeper is the best way to source. You need Keeper to do the analysis on the listing to determine if it's safe. There's loads of different ways you can source, though. So SellerAmp and Keeper, you do need both of them. You could do email newsletter sourcing. You could do storefront sourcing. You could do manual sourcing, or you could do Keeper Product Finder if you want to. I personally don't think Keeper is very beginner friendly. Sam, I don't know if you'd agree with that.
I think it takes a while to get used to and figure out how it works. People can get a bit overwhelmed with it. Like, if you're using Keeper Product Finder, there's so many filters on there, and people get like well overwhelmed. Like thinking, what? I remember I did when I first looked at it. I was like, what do I even search? Like, there's like 100 and whatever different filters on there. Like, you don't know where to start. You don't know where to begin. Like for me, if I was using Keeper, you want to just use like between 4 and 6 of the filters on there, and then start with that. Like, do not get too overwhelmed with it. Don't try and think you need to work with so many different filters, and you're just making life difficult for yourself. I think that Keeper's obviously, it's a great tool for analysis. Like, you need it to analyze. In terms of the best way to find products, for some people it is the best way. For others, it's not. Like, generally all the sourcing methods are really good in their own right, and it just depends who's using them. Like, I say this example a lot. I know sellers who use almost all the different methods and they all do really well at it. Like, there's certain sellers I know who all just do like newsletter sourcing, and that's all they do, and they do it so well. I know other sellers who just do Keeper Product Finder, and they do that so well. And I know other sellers who just do like Amazon to Amazon and just do storefront, and not all of them do it really, really well. And I think the key to that is just not is not try and be a jack of all trades, master of none. Like, I think you want to stick to like 1 or 2 sourcing methods and just get really good at them and nail them down. If you're splitting your time up over like 4, 5, 6 different sourcing methods all the time, you can get a bit sort of overwhelmed. So I think, stick to a couple. It doesn't really matter which ones they are, just stick to them. And then, try and become a master of those individual methods, and you'll do well, whatever they are.
Okay, so everyone else, I'm going to get to the questions you asked, but Glenn Lacey just said, do you recycle the methods, so schedule time for each method over the week? Yeah, so you want to treat yourself like a virtual assistant. So we have a tracker where it has hours 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then in the hour, we ourselves and the VA, if you're sourcing or the VA is sourcing, you say what sourcing method you're using, what retailers you're looking through, and how many leads you find. So for half of your day, on an 8-hour day, you might choose email newsletter sourcing. The other half, you might choose manual sourcing or keep a product finder. And then over time, you collect data and you're going to see, hey, I'm finding way more leads with email newsletter sourcing or with storefront sourcing. And you can double down on what works. And that's a really good way to develop data. Every step of the way, you should be collecting data. You should be collecting retailers that you can buy from, coupons that work, brands that you found that you can arbitrage, seller IDs that are good. Like if you find a seller ID where you can find lots of profitable products, keep track of that and check it regularly. All of this is a game of data and trial and error, and you will get it. And there is obviously strategy to it because it's what we teach in our mentorship, but that is the best way for beginners to get started.
100%. Amazon is a massive data game. The more data and information you have, the better you're going to do with it.
Nakas for how much is the mentorship? So we don't talk publicly about the price. We will tell you transparently on the call how much it costs, but we want to figure out who you are, the situation you're in, if we can help you. You need at least 5K, but we just recently created an offer where until the end of the month, we're going to do a limited time offer where for a much more affordable price, we're going to be giving access to the group coaching. The group coaching element in our mentorship is massive. It's very, very valuable. So for a more affordable price, if you've been on the fence about working with us and you think you would get value from working in the group, for 6 months, you can join the group. Just let us know. We can schedule a call and we can have a chat about that. And you can start with a bit less money with that one. You don't need 5K to invest with that one. The 5K involves investing to work with us and stock. And we have payment plans available. But as I say, we only have 5-star reviews. We've got great results from people in the community. And we have very, very proactive members in the mentorship. Everyone helps each other. Everyone helps each other with ungating. Everyone helps each other with issues. So it's not just our team that's working with you. It's the community helping each other. It's so valuable in there.
It's a really good community at the minute, and they're all super helpful. And I think the group, there's so much value in the group itself. Whenever like a mentor finishes, a mentee finishes, we always have a call. There you go. Sam's just commented on YouTube. Mentorship is fire. Week 6 and 5K in rev. Loving your work, fellas. Thank you, mate. Big up yourself.
Sam, you're a legend, mate. Thank you for the comment. There you go. So, sorry to just interject. We've had Ethan, who's in our mentorship, and Sam just comment, and we have 125 positive reviews, no negatives. So, really, genuinely, I hope the results speak for themselves. I'm not going to say we're better than everyone else. I believe that, but the only reason I believe we're better is because no one else cares like we do. The entire team is so passionate. We're so passionate in the background about when the people we're working with get good results. It's so fulfilling. We love it. So if you are going to choose to work with a mentor, even if it's not us, make sure you trust who you're working with and make sure they care and they're actually going to put effort in, because a lot of them unfortunately don't.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, what I was saying is we have calls whenever someone finishes the mentorship. We have a call, like a bit of a closeout call, just to see how they got on, if they got any feedback, any suggestions on how we can improve it and stuff like that. And a lot of the feedback, I've had it quite a few times now. They're always so impressed with how I managed, because we have weekly live calls as a group, and they're always so impressed how I seem to come up with a completely new topic every single week, and they just don't know how I pull out of the bag. And to be honest, it's been a struggle at some points. I'm sitting there thinking, mate, we've had so many calls. Like, what is there left to talk about?
It's like 44 group calls now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over 40 now.
And they're all recorded, by the way. So if you were to join the group, or if you were to join the one-to-one, every call is recorded and you get access to every single historical call. So there's some bangers in there, including guest speakers who came in and shared some source.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we always manage to come up with some new topics to discuss, and they're all super valuable. So yeah, lots of benefit being in the group for sure.
Zombie, do VAs get training? If so, where can I apply? Yes, so Our niche within VA recruitment is very much focused on people with 2 years experience. We're actually going to adapt the offer soon. I think we're going to scrap that. Well, not scrap it. I think we're just going to adapt our offer. We have a lot of virtual assistants who have 2+ years of experience and have passed our strict criteria, but we also have a lot of newer VAs that we've developed with our own internal courses and development. We've done a huge amount of work in the background. I'm talking over a year's worth of work, building training modules, processes, screening processes, and candidate sourcing processes. The team's done an amazing job. So if you want to chat to us about that, you can schedule a call. If you go to our website, on the drop down, you can see our prep center of hiring a VA, our mentorship. All of that's on our website, which you can get to, link in the bio. And if anyone is in our free Discord community, all of it is in there as well. You've got hire a VA, prep center, and all of that stuff. I think I might make it a bit more easy to digest soon by separating the categories if it's not already. I can't remember. I haven't looked at it in a while. Glenn Lacey. Oh, no, I read that one already. Laura, I've been struggling with Keeper and OA, mainly doing wholesale. Thanks again for the advice. Laura, how much cash are you starting with? And if you're going to do wholesale, I do think Keeper is a good one to go for. My first wholesale brand direct thing I got was with Jungle Scout. To be honest with you, Keeper's cheaper and it does the same stuff. But it depends how much cash you're starting with. If you're not starting with a huge amount of capital, just do OA. OA is better. But again, you need SellerAmp SaaS. You need SellerAmp and Keeper to do it properly. We have a sourcing course coming out sometime next week. It was only delayed because Sam's recording studio screwed him over a couple of times. It's going to be a lot cheaper, a lot more accessible, and it's only going to be to do with sourcing. So if you wanted to wait for that, you can. We'll be posting that next week. But yeah, just ask questions away. We're happy to give free advice on this live as well. Glenn Lacey. Okay, thanks both. No problem at all. Thank you for the question. Hope you're doing well, mate. How are you getting on at PrepSmart, Glenn? How are you getting on with it? I hope well. Now that I've asked, I hope well.
No, terrible. It's crap.
Yeah. The feedback we had a couple of days when you and I were last on a live call and said, yes, all right. I was like, okay, we need to get it to really good. You got any more questions on your side?
Overtime. No questions my side. My laptop sounds like it's going to blow up.
It's hot, isn't it? So the weather's probably causing it to overheat as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Glenn Lacey said, rubbish. Nah, mate, really impressed. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. The team's going to be really happy to see that. Thank you very much. I'm gonna send that to the PrepSmart internal chat that we've got. We've been really lucky, right? When you get to a point in your business when you're scaling with team members, one of the reasons our VA recruitment is so good is because we help fast track the headache of hiring staff. You go through so many people, so many interviews, so many people who don't really care or put a lot of effort in. The reason I say that is our prep staff at PrepSmart are so good. They're so good. Their attention to detail is amazing. They're super passionate. They really believe in what they're doing. One of the people in our prep center left the job to come and work with us because she was so enthusiastic by what we do. And we're so blessed to have them. They're amazing people, but we had to go through a couple of duds. I probably shouldn't say that. We had to go through a couple of people who were just, they didn't care. They didn't put effort in. They didn't really share the vision. If you can get people who really buy into what you're trying to build, it's very exciting. And I know it's a bit of a meme, isn't it? It's a bit of a meme that employers want you to care about your job, but genuinely some people out there do care. I certainly do. I've always cared about every job I've ever had. I've always worked really hard in everything I've ever done. And if you can find those people, man, it is game changing in your business.
You're a better man than me. I don't think I've cared about many of the jobs I've done.
I was raised by a very working class family where it's like, if you're going to do something, do it right. So, you know, I was a paper boy when I was 13. I was the fastest till scanner at Tesco's. I was the fastest delivery driver at Sainsbury's. I was the fastest promoted person at Microsoft at my office. And our team got the best stats. I love doing that. And I'm always competing against myself, always myself, never anyone else.
I was always like taught from young that you want to, and you need to get a job early and make your own money. And I think having I've always been very work driven, but yeah, not so much actually enjoyed the work I've done. But yeah, I had a paper round when I was like, I don't know, however young you can get, either maybe like 13, you can get a paper round. I don't really know, super young. And then I worked in a hotel from like 14, 15, whereas I don't even know if people would hire you at that age these days. I feel like they won't. But yeah, I've had jobs since super young, and I always wanted to earn my own money and do that.
Do you know, so I'm going to date myself here. When I was 13 and I had a paper round, I grew up in a small village, and you didn't have mobile phones back then. That wasn't a thing unless you were super, super rich. And on my paper round, the sheet of paper where it gave all the addresses that I had to deliver to with the paper that was associated, it said at the top of it, paper slave 3000. And I was getting paid, you know, I would work all week on the paper round. I would get paid, and then I would spend all of it in the same shop on sweets because it was so little money.
But yeah, I remember when I used to do the paper round, and I think I did it like maybe like once a week or something. And I think I'd get like £12 or something. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't like a week. That must have, I don't know. It was such little money, and I was looked at it thinking, 12 quid, like all that work, and like, this is all I've got to show for it. But I think it's I suppose it's character building. And I remember there was one house I used to go to with a paper round, and it was really old bungalow. You have to go through the gate, and it was all overgrown, everything like that. Every time I knocked on there, no letterbox, I had to knock on the door and give them the paper. And she used to come out and she used to have like a little Rocky chocolate bar she used to give me. So I used to chill on that as I finished the paper round.
Very cool.
Yeah, but it was very little money.
I got £1,000 in Christmas tips one year.
£1,000 from one person or split?
No, it's from loads. I did loads of different routes. I did loads of paper rounds. I got £1,000 one year over Christmas, and wow. I was getting paid like 13 quid a week, as you say. So it was a lot of money to a kid. When would that have been? That would have been early noughties, I think, something like that.
Yeah, I would have loved that. I think the biggest tip I got was like Rocky Bar. That was all I get. People certainly didn't tip round near me.
I was a cheeky little sod though. I would schmooze up to the OAPs in the old residential home that I went to, and I gave everyone handwritten Christmas cards, and I was always really friendly when I met them.
That's so funny. Well, it's obviously paid off.
Yeah, it was the year after that. I expected the same thing, and I got like 50 quid. I was like,
yeah. I can't remember. I don't think I did a paper round for long. I don't think I could be asked with it that much. And then it was to the hotel. Right, FBA related anyway. Someone's wrote a comment on YouTube. Are you guys mostly OA or other methods? Yeah, so everything I do is OA. All online arbitrage. I've done a little bit of wholesale, but yeah, not much to be honest with you. Like I placed one wholesale order this year. I placed a few during sort of Q4, but yeah, it's all online arbitrage, and I guess Amazon to Amazon. I sort of class that as OA in a way. Others don't. Yeah, OA and online arbitrage. I mean, OA and A to A.
Glenn Lacey said, "Can't say I enjoy work sometimes either." Yeah, I get it. I'll tell you what, though, right? I really, really like life. I really like life. And I've always hated working with people who say, it makes time go faster. Because I'm like, mate, you've only got one life. Why are you wishing it away? Why are you working a job that you hate? So for me personally, I've always tried to see the positives in things. And if something's really crap, I don't stick with it. I don't stay there. But yeah, not every day is going to be a good day, right? Everyone has ups and downs, ebbs and flows. But yeah, I've never enjoyed this British mentality of wishing time away, because unless you believe in reincarnation, you only live once.
So Sal says, how to avoid invoice problem in OA. What do you mean by invoice problem? You shouldn't really get many invoice problems. As long as you know where you're buying from and you're buying from legitimate retailers, you shouldn't really have too many invoice problems. Is there like a specific problem you've had or a specific problem you're talking about? But yeah, you shouldn't really have invoice problems as long as you're buying from legit places. Then yeah, you should be pretty good.
He probably means with ungating and stuff, but that's just part of the game, mate.
Yeah, I think you have the same problems with wholesale. Like
even more so.
Yeah, so it doesn't make much of a difference, to be honest with you. And then Chemip says, does your new software cover A2A? Yes, it does. I'm not sure. Go on. It's desperate.
Yes, mate. Yeah. So our software, right? We had custom-made Airtable databases, and we made software to find leads for A2A and EU A2A. So then we combine the two. So we have automated admin and sourcing with EU A2A. The sourcing is going to have every major retailer added to it, and it's going to have wholesale leads added to it. We are very excited. It's got incredible tools. I really wish I could show you guys more of the software, but until we're ready to get it out into beta, I'm not publicizing the features because people will steal them. We've had that happen in the past. People were taking credit for ideas that we came up with. We need to move to the bigger prep unit first. As soon as we've moved, we're going to push the software really hard. It's very exciting, though. It's very cool.
And back to Sal with the invoicing. So problem with new accounts, Amazon won't accept legit invoice. They will accept them, and they do accept them. It's just a numbers game. Like, would they accept them first time? Probably not. But it's the same. Would they accept a wholesale invoice first time? Probably not. Like, it's just part of the game. It's just when you're getting ungated, I assume maybe if you're using it for ungated or if you're using it for an IP complaint or something like that, it takes time. Like it's taking me like 20 times sometimes to get ungated in something, and you just send the same invoice over and over and over again. So it definitely works. Like we got a big ungating channel in our mentorship, and everyone gets ungated. It's just a matter of when. Like I don't know if we've actually got someone in there who has never been able to get ungated in a certain brand. Like everyone has managed to get ungated. It's just a matter of when. Some people submit 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 15 times, 25 times. Like it's just persistence. As long as you keep submitting it, you will get ungated. And it's very similar for the IP complaint stuff as well. Amazon they used to be a lot better, but now they've gone down the route of sort of the ungating. So I got an IP on Estee Lauder the other day, and I bought the products from, I can't remember where I bought them from, Estee Lauder themselves actually. And it was an unauthentic complaint. I submitted that invoice 17 times and it finally got accepted on the last time. Like it obviously wasn't inauthentic. I bought it from Estee Lauder themselves. And it took 17 times, but they did accept it. It's just persistence.
I've got a little bit of a backlog on TikTok questions, so I'm just going to rifle through them. Glenn Lacey, dogs were always fun putting papers through. Absolutely. Shawnee B for Prime Minister. I talk too much sense to be in politics. Laura, I started wholesale in December with about 1K. I'm on this month. I'm on 4.6 revenue. Well done. Slowly scaling. That's really good. Keep going. Laura, you and I have chatted before, right? We had a call. Is that right? Apologies if I'm misremembering. I talk to a lot of people. I feel like OA is your next step. Yeah, 100%. Definitely give OA a go. It is a slog in the beginning, but the more time you invest into it, the easier it will get. I promise you, it does get easier with experience, practice, and repetitions. You have to invest some money in ungating in the beginning, though. Unfortunately, that is a reality. One of the best parts of our mentorship is an ungate channel. Since we've added that, we've realized that you do have to invest some money in ungating when you get into OA in the beginning. That's going to strengthen your account, and it just takes a bit of time. Craig said, just to clarify, when doing A to A, do you need to use business account, and doing EU A to A, use personal? So it is a bit of both, right? You can't use a business account in EU A to A. It just doesn't work. You have to use a personal. But in the UK, you can use 1 business account and 3 personal buying accounts, each with different names and different cards associated to them. If you have more than 3, so 3 personal, 1 business, if you have more than that, orders tend to get cancelled. So what I do is I have my name, my partner's name, and her sister's name on 3 different accounts. And our bank cards are just digital cards of the same bank account with Capital and Tap or Amex, whatever it is, each of them. So my account, the bank card will say Sean. My partner's account, it will say Rosa. The bank card has to match the name on the account. Otherwise, that triggers automatic order cancellations as well. When you're doing EU A to A, personal accounts is what you have to use. If you use Prime, it doesn't affect your delivery time at all. It doesn't speed up the delivery, but it does give you access to Prime Day deals. So it's up to you if you want to risk having a Prime account. You can if you want to. It is against the Prime account. It is against the terms of conditions in Prime accounts, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually get an account closed. And just always remember to have a different email address to your buying account than you do to your seller account. That is the only rule with A to A. Different. Do not connect your buying account to your seller account, because if your buying account gets closed, it will also close your seller account, and it's very hard to get back. And you'll have to pay our account recovery guy lots of money to help you. So don't do that.
Definitely. And Kemet says, with A2A, it seems you can't get Section 3. Am I wrong? Yeah, you're wrong. You can get Section 3 whatever you do. So 100% you can get Section 3 doing anything. You're not safe from Section 3s just by doing A2A. And
you can clear them with Amazon invoices or order IDs though. So I think that's what you're getting at. If you get a Section 3 with the A2A purchase, it's going to get approved a lot faster, to be honest.
Yeah, it should do. And then UK After Dark says, do you find your own A2A with Keeper or group pings / manual search? See a lot of method sellers flexing their numbers. I'm keen to know what you mean by method sellers, because I know what I mean by method sellers, and I'm wondering if it's the same thing you mean. So I find all mine either through VAs or manually. I don't use any groups or anything like that, to be honest with you. Don't really like being in the Discord groups. So yeah, all mine is through manually searching, and yeah, that's it. And VAs, but then again, the VAs are all manually searching as well. Like, they don't use groups or anything. But yeah, what do you mean by method? I want to know if it's the same thing I'm thinking of.
Laura said, yeah, I had a call. Can't wait to use your prep center. Just getting profits up a bit. Amazing. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, we're excited to get you on. Yeah, it sounds like you're doing really well, though, as long as you're slowly moving forward. This is something that people in our mentorship are actually experiencing right now. Sam, I don't know if you noticed this as well. We tell people that Amazon is not get rich quick. It takes time. But then when it kicks in, the compound effect snowballs. Recently in our mentorship, loads of people have been saying, okay, wow, I'm really starting to see the results kick in now. Laura, that's going to be the exact same thing that happens with you. You're slowly scaling. It will build, and then eventually you'll be rivaling Sam's numbers. We can all hope to do that,
eh? So UK After Dark. So the sub and save method, where they somehow get really low cogs, like more than 15% off. Yeah. So there's a few things with that, that's the same method I was thinking of. So what it is, it's not something I've ever done. I struggle to really find the deals, to be honest with you. So they do sub and save, where they get the 15% off. So that's just like the basic A2A sub and save, which a lot of people do anyway. But if you can time it right, and if you somehow can get you must rely on some sort of bot or notification or something, but you can also pick up deals, and they're like called green. I don't know if they're called like green banner deals or something, where Amazon will also offer like 3 for 2 or something like that. And then what it is, you'll get a price drop, you'll then get the 15% off, and then you can then get a 3 for 2, and then you can get super low cogs doing that. But how they find them so quickly, I'm not entirely sure. But there is a group of people who have done this method thing, and I've found out by actually speaking to some of them, a lot of it is pretty dodgy. Like, they go through so many Amazon accounts, and you've probably seen them. They've been in loads of different Discord groups saying, oh, I want to buy Amazon account, want to buy business account, want to buy this account. And the reason for that is because Amazon closes all of their accounts down. And the reason they do that is because there's a lot of dodgy dealings involved, where they will, I'm not sure exactly what they do, but all I know is they end up getting a load of stock for free. And I assume by either saying it's not arrived or it's expired, out of date, or something like that. So they get a load of free stock in, and then that's how they get super, super cheap cogs. So even if they get like half the stock for free, they can adjust the cog across all of it and get dirt cheap cogs. And then Amazon will then close their account if they do it so many times, and then that's why they want new accounts. So it's something you want to be mindful of. Like when you see all these guys doing like crazy numbers, just be a bit apprehensive. Generally, if something's too good to be true, it generally is. And yeah, it won't be long before they're caught out. But you can definitely do the normal sub and save where you just do save sort of 15% off. But yeah, there's some guys are doing a lot more than that, and I'm not sure how long it will last for, to be honest.
It goes without saying, but literally everything we teach is above board and best practices, because we want to be in this game for a long time with longevity. You need to follow the rules, and that is essentially fraud at the end of the day, isn't it? What Sam was just talking about. So I wouldn't recommend going down the dark side with it. Just do everything by the book. Amazon has so many rules and compliance violations that you can get. It's better to just play it safe and follow the rules.
There's a lot of people on Amazon who bang fraud all the time, and it's absolutely mad. Like the amount of sellers who do it, and their time is numbered. It will come around and get them.
Tay 3 is, during Amazon seller sign up, can I sign up as a sole trader then register as it? And how do I deal with ungating in online arbitrage? Yeah, so a lot of people do sole trader first. I personally went for an LTD first because I knew I was going to do Amazon long term, but it's up to you. You can register as a sole trader and then you can create your Amazon account. You want to get the paid Amazon account, not the personal plan, whatever it's called. You want to get the paid one. You only need Keeper and Seller Amp SaaS. You don't need to get anything else until our software is ready. And with ungating, we have an auto ungate checklist that you can get for free in our Discord community. Go through them. It does help. The more ungated you become in brands, the more ungated you get in other brands. What you want to do is you want to learn how to source, find a product that you want to sell, and then try and find the cheapest product within that brand to ungate. So if you find an HP printer for £50 and you want to ungate it, but it's 100 units to ungate, that's really expensive. Whereas if you find an HP mouse for £5 and get 100 units, it's a lot cheaper. Obviously, that's still £500 for a new seller, so it's still a lot of money. But in our mentorship, in our ungate channel, we have really good 100-unit ungates for very cheap prices because we're good at finding them. So that's what you need to do. You need to invest a bit of money in ungating, but don't just buy random ungates. Find the products you want to sell first. Make sure you can sell them, and then get the cheapest product in that brand to ungate.
So her on YouTube said, how would one go about networking for a business generally in the most productive and progressive way? So yeah, really good question, to be honest with you. And I guess it depends what sort of scale or what sort of stage you're at. Like if you're just starting Amazon, I think joining a Discord group is going to be important, and then just try and be as vocal as possible in the group. That's what I did when I first started. I was super vocal, always talking to people, always asking questions and sort of engaging, and then people sort of get a feel for what you're about, who you are, and then you get a bit sort of chatty and pally with them. But I think networking with other sellers in similar positions to you is really important, and just message everyone and anyone with questions. Like I remember when I first started, people used to post in Success like at the time what I thought was like a crazy month and really good profit, and I'd message them and just ask them questions and just see if they responded. Sometimes they won't respond, but a lot of the time people generally do respond, and they will help you out, and that's a really important way. But I think again, if you're like scaling up a bit further and you want to take a bit more serious, like there's lots of networking groups in most people's like local areas. Like I know for me, around near me, there's loads of business sort of networking groups where you're meeting with other sort of business owners doing their own thing. So those are really good. Some of them are free, some of them are sort of paid monthly things. But yeah, there's lots of different networking groups you can become a part of. If you want something specifically for Amazon, then just join a Discord group and then just chat away and message as many people as possible, and that's a great way of doing it.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would add is Seller Smart is a company because we networked and met each other. That's the only reason it exists. And you're going to go through a lot of volume. A lot of people don't share information. A lot of people are not, you won't vibe with them. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of like arrogant tools, especially in the Amazon space. So you want to avoid them. But you will eventually find people that are amazing. And those are the ones you want to double down working with. If you have an open mindset, an abundance mindset, and you share ideas, you give information, typically what I found, I'm sure Sam will agree, what I found is the more I give, the more I get back. The more I give out and I'm willing to share, the more the universe gives back. Not a hippie, but it's true. So just keep networking, keep going. We actually probably are going to do a live event, maybe sometime next month or the month after. We'll do a live, we'll do a live, like, what would you call it? Begins with C. What's it?
Conference.
Yeah, we'll do a live conference probably at some point next week. So if anyone out there wants to network and learn a bit, we haven't decided what we're going to teach in the conference, but it is something we need to get started on doing, I think. So we'll probably do that next month.
And UK After Dark has said, has OA become hard over the last few years? I moved away from OA in wholesale and starting to look at OA again. It feels like there's less deals out there, probably just a skill issue. There's definitely deals out there. I don't think it's changed a huge amount, if I'm honest with you. It's pretty much the same as what it always has been. There's definitely deals out there. It's just knowing where to look and how to find them. But yeah, like I spend enough money on sort of OA leads every single month. So yeah, 100% the deals are definitely out there. It's just knowing where to look and the sourcing again to get back onto it.
Yeah, UK After Dark. When did you get back into OA? Because obviously we're now in Q3 and deals are a lot more available than in Q1. If you got back into it in Q1 or Q2, a lot of people were saying they were struggling back then. But yeah, it's definitely getting a lot more fruitful lately, I would say.
Yeah, Q1 was a bit of a slog, I'm not going to lie. Always is, though, so there's no surprise.
Kemip said, have you noticed less competition on Amazon now with 100 ungate, or is it not the case? That is a really good question, and you can actually prove it with data. Amazon is way, way less competitive now than it was when I started in 2023. If you look on Google Trends and you set it to worldwide or UK, if you set it to the UK, in 2023, when I joined, it was 100 on Google Trends. It was the most viral it can be. Right now, it's really out of fashion. In the UK, 70,000 new Amazon seller accounts are created every year. 68% of people never make a first sell. And the vast majority of people who do make a sell never make it to one review. And the 100 ungate thing has just made it even less competitive. So that's a good thing. Like, I definitely think it's easier now than when I started 3 years ago. Way, way less competition. There's just more hoops that you have to jump through. But that's where we can help. You know, that's why we're here. We can help you navigate the tricky waters because Amazon don't make it easy.
You've got those stats on lockdown now, haven't you?
You say them enough times in the lives. And yeah, I did a YouTube video on that. So if anyone wants to check it out on our YouTube channel, you can. I am going to start doing YouTube long form again. We've been kind of focusing on the short form. I'm going to start doing a lot more YouTube long form. So stay tuned for that. But we've got some good videos on there if you want to check them out. I would say be very careful with Quigita and Eni at the moment. We have videos talking to Quigita and Eni. They are amazing companies. They're doing everything they can, but a lot of people are reporting problems. So just be careful if you check out those videos. Ethan, in terms of networking, do you think sharing leads with other sellers can be a good way to scale up and spend rather than getting a VA? Sharing VAs can be a really good way as well, to be honest. But yeah, Sam has a group of big sellers that he shares leads with. Reese, Cow, and I, we share everything. When we were doing EU 8A, we were all buying the same stuff. So yeah, absolutely. If you find people you can trust, Ethan, especially for you, because you're in our mentorship, if you got along with anyone in there, you know they're going to have the right mindset with Amazon. So sharing leads with them and even sharing a VA can be a really good thing that you can do.
Yeah, sharing leads is massive. I've got a group with there's 5 of us, all doing very similar numbers, and we started off because we just used to message each other all the time. We used to see each other on the same listings, and we message each other, just just random chat about the listings and what we thought of them and stuff like that. And then it got to a point where we'd start sharing leads like individually, and then we thought, let's just create a group, because we're all speaking to each other all the time anyway. We created a group, and that group was literally just to chat rubbish pretty much, and then just share leads. And we just every day we're sharing leads with each other. And then now it's got to the point where, as well as sharing leads with each other, we also share a load of VAs as well. But yeah, it's been like super beneficial. Like those guys, without sort of trying to big myself up, I've obviously been doing sort of like 2 million a year for a while now, but some of those guys were doing like loads less, and they've all grown massively since being in that group. And it's certainly not because of me, it's just because of everyone in there has been helping each other, sharing leads, helping each other grow and stuff like that. And it's had a huge impact on like everyone's sort of business really. So yeah, it makes a big difference. I would 100% recommend networking with other sellers and going through that. And if you can get yourself like into a little group, and I know that there's a few other guys who are pretty big in the sort of Amazon space. You probably see them on TikToks and stuff like that, and they do good numbers. They used to ask me questions. They've been asking me questions for like years. And one thing I said to them is like, look, you guys obviously kind of know these are the guys. Like, why don't you just create a group, chat to them, and start sharing leads and start sharing deals? And they started doing that as well, and it made a big difference for them as well. So as long as you're sharing with other people in similar situations to you, I think it'll definitely benefit all your businesses for sure.
Yeah, and like it's obvious to say, but humans are social animals, and you don't know what you don't know. So you're going to have problems separate to if you end up working with people, you're going to have different problems to them, and they're going to have different problems to you. That way, you can share ideas. Two brains can solve problems at one time. And if you've had an experience that the other person hasn't had, when they have that annoying headache, you can help them, and vice versa. Again, one of the reasons our mentorship is so good, because you're working with an entire team, 15 years of combined experience, and we've seen it all, probably seen it all at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Glenn Lacey said SellerAmp usually do meetups. He went to the one last year, and TikTok's the new shiny thing. Yeah, I haven't gone to the SellerAmp meetup yet. I do intend to at some point. And TikTok being the new shiny thing, if anyone out there is thinking Amazon is a headache, on TikTok, you can get your account banned and then nothing will happen. You can't get it back. You have no reason for it getting banned. It happens all the time. I've met quite a few people at this point who've had tens of thousands of thousands of pounds held by TikTok, and they say it's held indefinitely. They've had to go the legal route to get it back. And TikTok being the new shiny thing, what TikTok does in a year, Amazon does double that every quarter. Amazon is so much bigger. So again, like obviously you guys do whatever you want to do. Amazon isn't for everyone. It can be tricky. But whatever you decide, stick to one thing. Don't jump around. Don't try to do TikTok at the same time as Amazon, at the same time as eBay. Just stick to one thing and get really, really good at it. Put as much effort in as you can for at least 6 months. Figure out if it's for you. And if it's not, you've probably learned a lot along the way. So it's not a waste of time.
UK After Dark says, how do you deal with your returns? So it depends what sort of returns they are, but you want to be on top of them massively. So whenever I get a return and have to do a removal order, I will inspect every single, I won't, my prep center will inspect every single product. They will let me know the condition of all of them. If they're new, they go sent straight back in. If they're used, we will look to see where we can sell them, and I'll look to try and sell them on the most profitable platform, whether that is eBay or Vinted, which probably is never going to be Vinted. That's more for like liquidating stuff. Or if it's Amazon, then I'll create a used SKU on Amazon and get them sent back there. If it's completely damaged, again, I will look to see if I can get some sort of warranty claim for it or some refund from somewhere, depending where I bought it from. Worst case, I'll then just list it on Amazon. If it is completely damaged and unusable, I'll just list it on Amazon as damaged, used for spares and repairs. Do it as an auction, start at 1p. and then just see what happens. And you'll be surprised what people are willing to pay for things. Like I had some handheld gaming thing, which wouldn't even turn on. I was completely busted. I did 1p auction on eBay, and it got up to like 240 quid for this thing, which didn't even turn on. So someone out there probably knows about them and knows how to fix them and how to do it. And there was a camera. I bought a Canon camera, and again I just flogged that on eBay. The lens was all busted, like it was a mess, and I managed to get like over 160 odd quid for that. So yeah, it's just trying to make sure you chase up your reimbursements as much as possible. Try and get reimbursed for any damaged stock which you can, anything which is missing, certain parts of it, and just try and get as much money back from your returns as possible. And it's just reminding me I need to chase up a camera. So bear with me.
I'm actually, guys, I'm an early bird. I wake up between 5 and 6 a.m. So I am really tired. It's really fun to do an evening one, though. We don't usually do them.
Yeah, my daughter woke me up at 5:30 this morning, coming in my room. So that's good of her.
I think that's going to be my routine. I'm going to try and wake up at 5 a.m. every day just so I can try and squeeze in the gym, childcare, and work. But I'm sure that'll go all out the window when the sleepless nights kick in.
When they keep you up for all hours of the day, then that certainly will go all out the window.
We found out today that our baby's in the 80th percentile of size, and I was 10.5 pounds when I was born. So I told Rosa when we got together, expect large babies. Guys, we have a free Discord community. Until the end of the month, we're offering an offer where you can join our mentorship in the group. So if anyone is interested, it's a lot more affordable. If you want to work one-to-one with us, you absolutely can. You need at least 5K to invest, and we have a 50K guarantee. We have an amazing prep center, incredible team behind the scenes. We have virtual assistant recruitment, incredible team behind the scenes. We have a software waitlist and account recovery. So if you're having account recovery issues, let us know. Join the free Discord community. Thank you ever so much for joining. I hope you got some value from these. We try to be, I've seen other TikTok creators in the Amazon space, and they don't ever actually say anything. They just sell the vague concept of Amazon. We like to take a more practical approach where we tell you what you actually need to do. And very soon we'll start to visually demonstrate certain things as well. We'll start to do some lesson planning. Kobe, every time Kobe joins the live, I'm leaving it every single time he joins. Mate, I'm so sorry. It's really good to see you, brother, but we'll catch you again soon. We'll be live tomorrow. Don't worry. Glenn Lacey, thank you for joining. And yeah, guys, thank you ever so much for joining. We really appreciate your commenting. If you join these lives, give us a follow, hit the like button. It really helps us build our business. Our business model is to help you grow yours. So yeah, really appreciate you. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Sam, really good to see you, mate.
And you, mate. See you later, guys. Thanks for getting on.